Don't ever go to a strip club right when they open. One of the worst decisions we've ever made. You think you get to a strip club right when they open and you're the first people there? No! There was a big fat guy in the corner who never left. I don't know why you seem like such a Kelly Clarkson guy.
I am a Kelly Clarkson guy. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, honestly, f*** you. And that's to everybody in the chat. If you don't like Kelly Clarkson, f*** you. I'm not calling you a slur by saying you love Sam Laporta. It's okay. You love Sam Laporta. Say you love Sam Laporta. Say it.
I like Sam Laporta tonight.
No, say you love him.
I like Sam Laporta.
No, say you love him, dude.
I don't love Sam Laporta.
But 18 and 19 is good enough for the Florida Gators. As long as you're a young, cool guy who gets top 10 recruiting classes every year and you lose games to Georgia Southern and South Florida. I hate this guy.
You think I have a model?
You don't have a model. You've never talked.
You are being serious. You think I have a model?
You ever thought about having a model?
No. What's up? Good morning, everybody. How we doing? I just got to tell everybody just to give them some context here. I am starving. And I had to get a chocolate croissant. All right.
That looks kind of good.
What's that?
That looks kind of good.
It's all right. That's probably been laying out there for about 3 days. They asked me if they wanted to warm it up. I said, I don't have the time. All right. So I had a 9:30. I look last minute. I go to the coffee shop where I was last week, Friday. By the way, how do I look? How do I sound? Everything good?
So much better than the coffee shop. So we could do this every fucking day if you wanted to.
I go to the coffee shop. What time did I text you about? 9:35.
Mm-hmm.
I had to set up for a 9:30 call, and then the stream, the fucking spot, every little booth and seat taken. I'm like, shit. I sat there for about 5 minutes to wait to see if anybody was going to get up. Nobody moves. All right. Nobody moves. So I'm like, I'm in big trouble. So I checked the Capital One Cafe again. Now, mind you, I looked yesterday and I looked this morning. They're all reserved till like 5 p.m. So I'm like, fuck. Well, of course, I know exactly what happens. People reserve these things like just in case, and then they cancel.
Yeah.
So I checked at 9:35, right when I texted you, and I was like, yeah, there's no seats at this coffee shop. I'm in big trouble. Open 10 a.m. for an hour. Bingo, bango. That's where we are. Do have a hard stop at 11. Still Corp all the way through this afternoon. But anyways, man of the people, as always, as usual, not a dictator, not Hitler. Good to see you. Steak, it's great to see you. Incredible hockey hat, by the way. I think that you getting into hockey hats is actually kind of, no, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
No, say what you want to say.
It's you're getting me all warm and fuzzy.
Oh, cool. I thought you were going to say something. It's like, when somebody wears a Nirvana shirt and then you're like, name 3 Nirvana songs. And they can't name any Nirvana songs. That's what I thought you were going to say.
You know what's funny? For all the things that I do bitch about and stuff that bothers me, it never really irked me when, like, you went to Target and there was like fucking Metallica and Twisted Sister, whatever, and Nirvana shirts that became popular and people started to wear them. And it was like, you don't even know what songs they are. I didn't really care. I was like, you know what? If anything, because I like grunge rock a lot, like Pearl Jam and Stone Temple Pilots are some of my favorite bands. It was like promoting a little bit to be like, ooh, maybe a little curiosity is sparked in group chats amongst everybody and whatnot. So anyways, got set up, I think 9:59. I was starving, thirsty, didn't eat a breakfast today. Had to get the croissant, had to get a bottle of water. I am good to go. I am ready. I am set. But I'll tell you right now, just going to get ahead of it. My chest, I think you probably know it's very hairy.
Yes.
I'm wearing a sweater that I haven't worn. The sweater that I usually wear, it's a thin, like light skin long sleeve that goes under the blazer. I mean, it's 45 degrees this morning, but it's going up to 70. It's very thin, but I haven't worn this in like a year. And I have failed to fully realize how much weight I've put on. I'm pretty fat. Okay.
Sure. It's not fitting.
Well, it fits enough because it's on, but like, I'm not even gonna hide it. I'm tight,
Yeah, I hear you.
So, everything's tight. So for that reason, because it's so tight and pressed against my chest hair, I'm actually sweating more. Like, I'm hot. I feel like
Yeah.
a sauna right now.
Yeah.
This nook that they put me in doesn't have any AC, but there's a fan right next to me, a standing fan. So I have this bitch blasting right now, but you can't hear it. Everything's fine. There's no wind tunnel, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Jeff Sunday looks like a guy who can rock a turtleneck. Dude, I have told you this. I am so not a turtleneck guy. Never been a turtleneck.
You look like you could rock a turtleneck. I agree with Corn. I also see your chest hair, and all I can think about now is wearing it as a wig.
Who's going to fuck that up?
UConn.
No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. UConn's not fucking it up.
I have to pick someone.
Kansas.
Yeah, nah, kid ain't gonna be Kansas.
It ain't gonna be UConn. It ain't gonna be fucking Purdue. It ain't gonna be St. John's. It's gonna be Kansas, or it's gonna be what was the other team you picked? Do you remember?
Illinois definitely has legs.
Illinois and Kansas could fuck you up. Yeah. Did you put a 6 team in there because Straight Locks bullied you, or no?
No, I just did it because I wanted to. I'm a man of the people. You're a man of the people. I'm a man of the people.
Great. You're not a
Look, when you say you're a man of the people, I don't say you're pandering, but when I do it, it's whatever.
You still no. You have to give the people what they want, but you can't let the mob take over. You did plenty. 5 teams.
The mob's probably going to take over at 11 when you leave, and we go over this disgusting college basketball board.
Are you gonna stay on and review it?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That's cool. That is very man of the people of you. Anyways, Donnie Bonaducci, I don't know how many times we got to tell you this. You got to get over here with the people in the YouTube, in the Twitch. You don't have to, but you should. You absolutely should. Anyways, it's good to be with everybody. I hope everyone had a great weekend. It was a fun weekend. It's been a fun couple of days. Also, I said I had a really good idea. I'm going to do this. I'll probably do it tomorrow when I can breathe a little bit and have some time to. The Jeff Sunday soldiers showed up and showed out last week. Yeah. And I got to be clear, though. You did a great job rallying them. And that's when I went back and I was like, ooh, you didn't even like tell me. But once I was done with my day, I was like, let me go see how the beginning of the stream was and how Steak did fucking solo. And you came on and you were like, man, I was going to come in here and talk shit about Jeff, blah, 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 this and that. And you're like, I can't because the chat's all riled up because Barstool did this man dirty. It was so good. Had to clip it. Do not disturb. Screen record on. Boom. The people were going. The people showed up. And what I'm going to do is everybody who commented, I retweeted almost everybody I could. I probably missed some people. I'm going to make a list. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to salute every single soldier that showed up. And we'll do it tomorrow because their voices were heard.
Yeah, their voices were heard, dude.
I'm not even exaggerating. In the inner circles of Barstool Sports, they were saying to themselves, why are we at war? Apparently we're at war. What's going on? And I won't name any names, but we did have some people reach out. And Wonton Don actually was the guy who he retweeted. He was like, he was ready to go. And I don't want war with Wonton Don.
But he was fighting a whole different war.
He was fighting a different war. But you know that guy, if we have soldiers, Wonton Don has soldiers. And one guy actually commented and said he has like some ICBMs, which are intercontinental ballistic missiles, I think. ICBMs, maybe that's what it is. I don't want war with that guy. All right. I don't want war with Wonton Don. So it was a perfect timing that when he got involved, we were done. But I did have Barstool people DM me and ask for some clarity on why are we at war. That's pretty fucking cool. And it's all because of the rallying from Steak and the people actually showing up in the chat, which was awesome. And the war is over. But did you guys see, we put a cameo out. I tried to get it 24 hours as soon as possible. But Mike Gundy was not able to get it within 24 hours. We did get our $62 back that I paid for priority delivery. But did you guys see Mike Gundy's rally call?
Yeah, I saw. It was awesome. Degen's a man. He's 40. That shit was awesome.
I haven't cameoed anything since Steak. Do you remember for one of your birthdays? I looked at my orders. I got 3 former Gators players to cameo for you and say happy birthday.
Yes, bro. I do remember that. That was when cameo was not that much of a thing that it was still so crazy, you know? Now, if you see a C-list celebrity start talking, you're like, oh, this is a cameo. That's crazy comment. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
I got to give it to Smokes. Liam Blutman, even Big Cat with the retweet. Admirable moves. They didn't push back. They didn't ignore it. They owned up to it. I really think out of all of them, Liam Blutman was the guy to basically broker the deal. But shout out to Smokes. He acknowledged it. It was great. But anyways, I want to be clear as I'm doing this because I know some of my friendly trolls, Hank Mardukas specifically, he's one of my favorite trolls. But he did say he had 2 chirps for me, and one was like, "Oh, Fanta did the fins up before you," and then he was like, "Oh, some fan you are. You didn't even know that they are, Mercyhurst and Stonehill had outcome of the game that I went to." And I'm like, listen, man, I'm not trying to be a fucking pretend LIU fan over here, okay? Obviously, I'm here for the vibes. We're having a great time. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I will. Good to see you, by the way. You see his profile picture?
No.
Pull it back up.
Hold on. I'm struggling to scroll.
No, it's not that hard. I believe in you.
Now I scrolled too much.
Oh, God.
Now I scrolled.
This is why you read the chat, because you don't know how to scroll up.
There we
That's
go.
crazy. Look at that. It's me and him. Shout out to I Will for showing up. As soon as I Will showed up, introduced himself, the first thing I thought of was like, "Oh, you're the sexy steak guy." It's probably he's never really given me like he's never been like obnoxious, but he has been the sexy steak guy where it's always like maybe it's a little weird, maybe it's just him just having some fun with it or whatever. When he introduced himself, he didn't really give me the sexy steak vibes at first, Yeah. But it was good to meet Will. It was good to meet also David Ford Tracker, who isn't always in our streams. He said he can't watch him all the time because he's corp. You know what he said though? Got to give BK a shout out. David Ford Tracker was a great guy, fun dude to be around, especially at the game. He said, "I always go back and watch when BK is on." So like WBK, you got some big fans over here. But anyways, yeah. So I wanted to make it really clear as the fins up, chant is taking the world by storm. I'm not taking credit. I am not the star. The stars are the guys who have showed up, who I met. Cameron, I forget the other guy's name. I think it's David. Cameron and David have been doing this for years. I didn't give you any of the backstory of how it even started.
No.
So am I rambling too much, by the way? Do you want to interject?
No, you're doing great. It's what everybody wants to hear.
Yeah. So yeah, like and sub. Yeah, Crutch Nose Ball. Yep. Good to be with everybody. Thanks for joining. Good morning. So this is what I've gathered. So Cameron and this guy David are friends. They're from the city, but they did not go to Long Island. They went to Lehigh and somewhere else. They just told themselves a couple years ago, like, there's so many small schools in this area. We love college basketball. We want to go to these games and we want to find a school and stick with them. So they went to like the Manhattans or like, the fucking Binghamton, whatever they are. They went to them and then they went to Long Island University and they went to a game. And I guess just recently they merged. It's Long Island U out in Long Island and then it's Long Island Brooklyn. And so now they play in Brooklyn, in downtown Brooklyn. They've been going to these games since 2023. And I mean, I'm not kidding. There's like literally 5 people at the games. The first year they went, I think Long Island won like 2 games. Like they were awful. Crutch, I've been trying to explain that to you. Has he been trying to explain that to me?
Probably.
Okay. I don't remember.
I'm not going to sit here and act like you're the best listener.
Me?
I'm just kidding, dude.
I don't remember him. You got my fucking DMs, Crutch. Did you say that to me? I don't remember. But anyways.
I'd love Crutch to pop out with a receipt.
I would too. I'll own it. I'll own it if he gave me this whole fucking breakdown. But anyways, Crutch knows ball. I'm not saying he doesn't know his ball. But they stuck with LIU. And I also want to be clear because Liam Blutman pointed this out when we were talking in the back channels of like credit, I was like, yeah, you guys wrote this article. They didn't give Jeff Sunday credit or anything like that. The chat's pissed. And he said, well, to be fair, this is the first fins up picture or video that went viral. And it was by another guy named Aaron. Do you remember seeing this where it was like one guy?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, yep, fair enough. I'm not the first one to bring the fins up to the attention. However, that did not go mega viral. And there are reasons why it didn't go mega viral. I think it didn't go mega viral because it didn't capture the band director as well. The band director, I mean, first and foremost, somebody said it. I think this guy, Kevin, who follows us, retweeted, and he was like, this video was going to do well regardless, but the cinematography was perfect, It It really was a great video. And it was like the 5th take. But the band director had the perfect, just everything about him was perfect. Like the way he turns, he looks down and he goes, hands up, and he starts it. And then it goes to the guys that call themselves the Reef. You know, the 4, 5, 6 guys that are down there who had grinded their dicks off for years. That was missing. That was missing. And this is where I'll give myself a little bit of credit. In the caption, I said, if you're wondering why LIU is 11-1 at home, it's because of these absolute menaces on the sideline. Nobody actually knew that LIU was 11-1 at home. This shit actually works. It's really working. They're firing up the team. They're firing up the fucking crowd. They're getting in the head of the opposing team. Go ahead.
No, that's fucking great. I love that. I love everything about it.
So here's where we're at, though. All I said, and I want to make sure, because one of the guys when I met them was like, oh, we must be great for you, you know? And listen, obviously, yeah, you're great for me, but I'm great for you. This is not a one-way street. This is a two-way fucking street. So I want to make that clear. These guys have been grinding, but good thing I was there, right place, right time with my camera on a Thursday night where we almost did a cooking stream. We went there, we captured what they've been doing, and it was beautiful and it all worked out. But I'm not the star. They are the movement, and we're just pouring gas on it. And we're obviously having some fun with it. And also, I'll say this. LIU, fun team. Good team. They have some dogs. Fuller, 33. Gordon, number 2. Dogs. So very happy everything worked out. Pranav came through from Pickett. W. Pickett, that was awesome. And we had a great time. And I'm going to go, somebody DM me and ask if I'm going Tuesday. I'll probably go Tuesday. I thought the game was meaningless and irrelevant. Apparently, they still want to win their conference. Well, I think you're like, well, duh. But it's like, yeah, they're going to the dance regardless.
But if they lose, I think I'm not crazy to say that they're automatically in the first 4 if they lose.
It sounds like it, yeah. So they're playing Mercyhurst. From what I understand, Mercyhurst upset Stonehill. Mercyhurst's first year in D1, so they are not eligible for the tournament. So that is why LIU is in. If LIU loses to Mercyhurst, it does not matter. LIU will be in because of that stupid rule. Now, this is what you have been telling me and other people have been telling me. They're like, oh, you got to come because they still want to win, because if they win their conference, there's a chance they will bypass the first 4 and they will go directly to being a 16 against a 1 in Philadelphia or something like that. Which, Cornfields, I see you in here. We got to have a conversation a little bit later. I'll hit you up. The LIU wave might throw a wrench in Nashville. Might not, but it might. So we'll talk about that. No, they did not upset Stonehill. Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm sorry.
Got your ass. Get Alan Dim, bitch.
Dude, he gave me fucking 3 clowns.
That's a lot of them. Yeah, but you deserve it. You're fucking call yourself an LIU guy.
Yeah. So let's talk about this for a second. Let's not forget Steak bullied you into going to the game. Say thank you. So 2 questions here. I don't think I got bullied into going to the game. Once you told me there was a game, I was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll go. Because the other alternative was a cooking stream. And I was like, I got no problem. My wife had a work event that night. And somebody in the chat, I got to go back and watch it. Somebody in the chat said LIU plays tonight. Do you remember that?
True. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Oh, yeah, someone in the chat said it for sure. It was a great team effort. No, I think it was a really great team effort. I don't think it took any bullying. We did start to say, what are the odds Jeff doesn't go after you said, like, oh, I'm definitely going. I'll go. We started to take odds, but I don't really recall doing any bullying. It's been a really good team effort in general. Like the chat has just been on it. And I saw Boston Sportsbook say something I kind of resent, but I want to address it real quick. He says, we forgot about the chat since we joined Book It. I don't agree, number 1. Number 2, it's just going to be me in the chat at 11 a.m. to go through the board. So get ready and stop being a baby, Boston Sportsbook.
He said we forgot about the chat since we joined Book It.
Yeah, I don't really feel like that's true, but man, I feel like I'm like you always are yelling at me for fucking the chat.
I don't like that comment.
I'm on your ass, Boston Sports Store. Just me and you at 11 a.m. You better
No. I'm on his ass too. You're not the only ass on her. I'm on it. Why would he say that?
We're both on your ass, dude. 2 of us on your ass.
Why would he say that? I don't think. Hold on.
Boston Sports Store. Me, Jeff, and you.
It's 10:23. Boston Sports Store. Is he in here? I think you guys read chat more than the other Book It streams, to be honest. P-Dub. Let's take it a step further. It's not more than the Book It streams. It's more than any stream. It's more than any stream you're ever going to watch. We've always done that. We pride ourselves on that. Steak does it to a fault because at the end of the day, what I try to remind him is we are 2 guys talking about sports. And it's hard to be two guys talking about sports when I'm talking to Steak and Steak is just reading 70 people's comments and I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to the abyss. And then he'll say, what? And he'll need 5 seconds and then to gather what I just said. I still like to get in the zone. Him and I have to have a vibe. Otherwise, it's not fun to tune into. But we engage with the chat more than any stream out there. There's no what other platform?
It's just a funny ass chat. Like even when I tell myself like, okay, I'm gonna take 10 minutes off the chat, someone says something funny. That's crazy, by the way. Jesus, not highlighting that one. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, you know what? There's a good one. Yeah. Well, look, I'm not saying we're the only ones who read the chat. Ramble does a really good job. Snowman is very good. Yep. Snowman.
Some would say we just gangbanged Boston Sports Dork.
I think, yeah, I want to be clear. BTL does it as well. I think the Yap does. Biev reads the chat. I'm not saying we're the only ones who read the chat, but we are chat people through and through. Like from day one of doing this stream, we've been chat people through and through. Since we had 30 people in here, I had a song for every person. Fat Girls had a song. Everybody had a song.
Yeah.
Anyways, we Eiffel Towered him, unfortunately. Do you guys interact with chat? You guys do interact with chat, but we're still here waiting for Heyman. I know. Hangman's coming. Just give me a fucking break. Hangman's coming. I don't have a great spot for it, but it's coming. Yeah, let's talk. Let's take a little LIU break for a second. Let's talk about Bay Hill. It's criminal. Steak at his first transfer yesterday. Let me defend you before you say anything. Steak doesn't golf, so he
don't defend me. But let's not move on quite yet. I have one more question because that LIU game looked pretty busy, and I wanted to get the answer to my question. Mm-hmm. How many more people was it at this one versus the other one?
Oh my God. I would say 3 times.
Okay, that's awesome.
So
the video of the kid looking at your tweet was fucking
it's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude. That's so funny.
I pride myself on giving credit where credit's due. I gotta give David Ford Tracker and Pranav credit because they both inspired 2 tweets that did very well. I didn't even know the kid in front was looking at that video. Pranav, who's sitting next to me, noticed it, like nudged me and was like, and I looked at it and I was like, that is hilarious. I pulled my phone out. And as I did it, Pranav was the one that said the kids are all right. He came up with the
he's a sharp dude. Pranav's a sharp dude.
Dude, Pranav is sharp and Pranav is funny. And that was the caption. Great caption. But the kid, I had to cut the video short because after he watched that video, it went to like Snapchat and it was in his DMs. Someone sent him the tweet in a Snapchat DM. I was like, this is really interesting. I didn't want to like show the kid's fucking, Snapchat DMs, whatever. So I cut the tweet early, but that was hilarious. Also, David Ford Tracker, when the game was about to end, he was the one that said, pretty cool. We just watched the first team punch their ticket to March Madness. And I was like, that's great. So these guys deserve credit because the captions for both those tweets were more than half the reason they did so well. So they were the genius behind that. Without them, I wouldn't have even thought of that probably. So back to your point about the attendance, I would say at least 3x. And to put that into numbers, I would say maybe 75 people were at the game Thursday night. So you do the math, 200 plus, maybe easily at that game on Saturday. But Steak, to be fair, yes, it was a conference semifinal game. Wagner is from Staten Island. When I went to the game last year, it was Wagner, Long Island. And I sat on Wagner's bench. Bro, Wagner has some rowdy fans.
Yeah.
Rowdy friends.
I could see that.
Loves, and you were DeAndre Jordan. Exactly. That's hilarious. And then where they pull the extra bleachers out, there were fucking people sitting up there too. So I did go pee with 7 minutes left. The first fins up. The first free throw wasn't until 10 minutes left in the first half. I had to pee so bad.
Wow.
Then I went to pee, and we're all the way on the opposite side. You have to walk across the gym to get to the bathroom. There's one bathroom, as we talked about, and it was a 7-minute mark. And then as I'm about to walk back, it's like 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm like, there's going to be a rush at halftime, so I might as well just stay here and wait. So I stayed there and waited and watched it from like the side of the Wagner bench right before halftime, and Wagner made a run, and I was like, oh, fuck. The entire time, and then we can move on, unless you guys have any other questions, I was so nervous about that game. Didn't have a dollar wagered on it.
I know why.
Tell.
Because, and I thought the same thing all day. I'm glad I didn't put it out there, so make it reality. But I started to think, wow, what if Long Island loses? And then all everybody's going to say is fucking Jeff moosed Long Island. You mushed Long Island. Somehow this is Jeff's fault. I knew you were not going to get credit if they won necessarily, but you were 100% going to be blamed if they lost by me as well. Like, I would have blamed you. I would have been on here today calling you a mush. So I'm very, very happy. Can I tell the chat what your wife texted me? Yeah. Jeff's wife texted me. Just found out Jeff was a mush. I'm so disappointed.
I don't think it was. I think it's is.
Is a mush. Is a mush.
Yeah.
Just found out Jeff is a mush. I'm so disappointed.
We went to dinner Friday night. We went to this Italian spot, got the last table, spur of the moment, called them. Yep, got to be here in 15 minutes. Bang, bing, boom. Sitting down, have a nice plate of cacio pepe. She's having an old fashioned. I'm having a Negroni. She's talking about LIU, you know, the fins up, blah, 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 everything this, everything that. And I explained to her, I said, listen, this is great. So glad they won. I was like, but I'm just letting you know, it could go wrong. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, if I lean into Long Island and we go to this game tomorrow and they lose, I'm in big trouble. You know, I'm going to get it. She was like, are you a mush? And I was like, well, I have been. And she goes, like Trent mush? I was like, yeah, kind of. She's like, you're like Trent? I was like, I mean, yeah, kind of. That's what some people say. But I don't know. I mean, my hit rate is not been good. So it was this. And then she immediately just pulled out her phone. She said, I have to text Steak. Oh, she goes, I have to text Steak. And I go, yeah, go ahead. And she goes, and Greg. And I was like, fuck Greg. You don't need to fucking text.
Hilarious group chat. Steak, yeah. Greg, Jeff, and Jeff's wife.
Yeah, that was very funny. So that was the reveal that and then she's like, so how bad have you been at gambling? I'm like, all right, we're gonna change the fucking subject. Tell me about your day.
Yeah.
So anyway,
tell me about the bets you've hit today.
Yeah. Dude, I still, for the fucking Lions bet that I have to settle up with Korn, I could not believe she was like, why would you make that bet if you had to do that? And I was like, because I didn't think it was going to lose, and I didn't think I was going to have to do that. And I explained like how much I like the Lions, and she tried to act like it was such a bad bet. And I said, I was like, you remember we watched the Netflix thing together. What is it called? Quarterbacks?
Oh, yeah, quarterback.
I was like, you said it every episode. She fucking hated Kirk Cousins. I was like, we should have just faded Kirk Cousins, but love Jared Goff. Love Jared Goff. I was like, yeah, I like Jared Goff too. Love the coach. Love the team. I was like, I told you I was going to lean into the Lions. So anyways, mush the Lions. Kill the Lions, if you will. Yeah, fuck Iowa was right. I can't believe. Nice job by the Kings, bro.
Oh, my God, dude. The Sunday steak special has actually taken years off my life. And if I had hair, I'd be losing it.
I did not even see what happened in the last one. We did get a little lucky with USA covering 9.5. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh my God.
We had USA baseball minus 9.5, and we had the Blazers plus 6.5. I saw they lost 106.99, and I was like, well, whatever. It is what it is. I wish you didn't tell me what happened.
They fouled with 1 second left.
Down 5. Who does that? Who the fuck does that? People don't.
They got to be gambling, bro. They got to be gambling.
Yeah. Did you see the Jeremy Lin clip?
Yeah, that clip was crazy because you're supposed to assume by him talking, he's very clearly talking about the Brooklyn Nets, right? That's a safe assumption.
Yeah, but I don't know that I don't know that it's a team thing. I think it's a league thing.
Well, it is a league thing, but it was specifically about it. That was about the Brooklyn Nets.
Oh,
I get what you're saying. They're doing it everywhere, and I agree.
Wait. You're saying him saying that was about the Brooklyn Nets? It wasn't.
I thought so. That's what I was asking you.
Well, it was definitely on the Nets because he talked about the game and it showed like highlights of the game.
Well, they didn't show highlights of the exact game. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's implied about the Nets. That's basically what I'm getting at. You don't know for sure what he's talking about. They're just the person who put random highlights up. You could put any highlights up.
Are you 100%?
Bro, you could put that Jeremy Lin clip, right? And then they could show highlights of you feeding the ducks But it wouldn't mean that Jeremy Lin was talking about you feeding the ducks. It would just be highlights of you.
No, I think you're wrong here. I don't think it was any secret that it was him on the Nets.
Oh, I thought it was. I definitely thought
he said the game. He's like, I had 21 and 10.
No, he said, I'm not going to name names or teams.
Oh, he said that?
I think so.
Yeah, but it was definitely about the league. It's not about.
It was definitely about the league. Yes, agreed.
Yeah, they made a call down to the coaches after he was splitting. Yeah. I'm not kidding. I feel like that's like we've been on the side of that more times.
100%.
And everybody has. Everybody has. It's not an us thing. It's an everybody thing. So, anyways.
Okay, before we talk about the Arnold Palmer, Max Crosby to the Ravens.
I think the cool thing about that was Lamar Jackson tweeting like 5 hours before.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Because could you imagine being in like the Ravens front office and having Lamar like come in the room or maybe giving him a call and like, hey, we're getting Max Crosby. And he's like, fuck yeah. And he's like, I can't even contain it. I'm going to tweet something. You know, he's fired up.
It's exactly what happened.
This motherfucker Goots is in here the entire time, and he doesn't say a goddamn word until we bring up the fucking Ravens and Lamar Jackson. That's what happens. I'm gonna tell you right now, baseball season, this is not happening when the Orioles play. Not happening.
Goots, are you still here?
Yep.
How bricked are you? Scale of 1 to 10.
10.
10.
Finally have a pass rusher.
Thank you.
I do, not to glaze Goots too much. Goots has not like the voice of an angel, but like a really good like guy to come in on a stream or a podcast and like give another opinion. He's got like the perfect voice for it. I don't know what
he has the voice of an angel if the angel's only ever been to Maryland.
Yeah, that's good. He's got not the voice of an angel, the voice of Angel Cabrera.
You hear that, Chad? I'm an angel.
Yeah, that's all you.
So I will say this. Last year, it felt like the year the Ravens were primed to win a Super Bowl. Everybody talked about it, like they had the most talented roster in the NFL. What went wrong? I don't necessarily know. I'm sure there's reasons. I don't want to hear Goots tell me about it. But, dude, I'm a Max Crosby guy.
I thought everybody was a Max Crosby guy. I started seeing people on the timeline. Sometimes I think people just want to disagree. They just want to be on the contrarian side of the take. How the fuck could this not be a good deal for a team that was
saying that?
Yeah, there was people bitching like they gave up too much. It's a bad deal. And this fucking team was 30th in sacks last year, and they added one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, and he's 28 years old. I saw someone call him an aging star. He's 28, bro. He's like 3 years younger than fucking Myles Garrett. It's just crazy. It's just a no-brainer good move by the Ravens. No-brainer. There's no arguing it. It is a good move. It's not overrated. It's not bad. It is 100% the right move. If you're the Ravens, you make it 10 out of 10 times. You don't even have to fucking think about it. If I'm the guy making the decisions, I don't run it by anyone else. I don't make sure anyone else is cool with it. I just fucking do it. Max Crosby for 2 first-round picks. Fuck them picks. Fuck them picks.
You know, the crazy part is about that, Steak, is the Ravens have never traded a first-round pick in the history of the franchise.
Great first time to do it.
First time.
Great first time to do it. And then let's bring up what TC said. Great for Vegas too. Yeah, I'm with you. 100% with you. That's the thing I feel like people don't want to admit. Trades can be great for both teams. Great trade for the Raiders. I don't think they should have kept Max Crosby, pay him all that money during what they're about to go through, which is going to be somewhat of a rebuild. So to get 2 first-round picks for the Raiders, awesome. Doesn't make it any less of a great trade for the Ravens, though.
This is crazy to me. I guess I must have missed it. I've been so just wrapped up in Fins Up Nation. Sorry, piece of a croissant stuck down there. I can't believe anybody had a take that they didn't like this trade, but everything you just said, I guess, makes a lot of sense. And you know what, Steak? You and I being Magic fans, how much shit do we have to hear about the picks going to the fucking Grizzlies for Desmond Bain?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
That trade is way more arguable that it was a bad trade if you want to do that because they gave up 4 first-round picks.
Well, I would disagree. I think 2 NFL first rounds are worth in value 4 NBA first rounds.
Yeah, I love Desmond Bain, but I don't think he's as good as Max Crosby is in the NFL.
No. I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about the picks. 2 firsts, 4 firsts. People are just hyper-focused or really hyper-focused on the amount of picks. It's like, dude, you don't realize you're a fucking, like, I understand assets are very important. And if you need them for the future, there are teams where it's much more important and teams where it's not. Like what the Rams did worked out. Now they had to fucking get it right on the picks they did have, and they did. And not every team's going to do that. The Ravens are ready to win now, man. They're ready to win now. Their defense was shit. In my opinion, Max Crosby, you know what he is? I love this term. He's a game wrecker. He wrecks shit. And how are you going to fucking win Super Bowls? You're going to wreck shit on defense. And then your offense is actually, listen, this is the problem though. I still don't know if this is enough to make the Ravens a Super Bowl contender because Lamar does some really, really dumb shit. They have to figure out, I think they need help still on the offensive line, and they still need they still need a wide receiver.
They still need a wide receiver. Absolutely. They absolutely need a wide receiver. I wouldn't agree they have zero, though. I think Zay Flowers is absolutely good.
Okay, fine. I didn't mean they have zero. Sorry.
But I think they need one badly for sure.
They don't have the money to pay their O-line. I think 2 first rounds for Max Crosby is totally fine. Because the other thing that you can't really put a price on is this guy loves to play the game of football. And that's another thing, too. Like, I think he really wants to win. He doesn't. There's guys that will look to, I think, come off the field. I think they legitimately will. It's like hurt or injured. We talk about it all the time. You know, you get hurt, you get sick. Austin Safarian-Jenkins used to do it all the fucking time. You know, but meanwhile, Jason Witten will play through a fucking broken back. Emmitt Smith will play through a broken collarbone. This guy, he's not coming off the field unless you fucking take him off the field. You need a guy like that on your team. Love it.
Yeah.
Win now.
Yeah, I agree. And then there's one more thing I want to mention because TM Sharp brought it up. The Ravens were 12-1 to acquire Max Crosby. I feel like if there's one thing they always get wrong, it's the odds on where a player is going to end up. I mean, I feel like it never ends up going to one of the top teams when they put out those odds. Like Max Crosby's next team, whoever, any big player that's on the trading block or a free agent, the odds never seem to be one of the top teams. I feel like I looked at a graphic that same day that was posted, didn't even have the Ravens on it.
I kind of, you know what it made me appreciate a little bit more. I like that the Packers made that move for Micah Parsons. It sucks that he got hurt. A defensive end is just crazy valuable. It really is. Like the pass rush is crazy valuable. I really like, and I was shocked that they did it at the time because I thought the Cowboys were going in a different direction, but the Cowboys making moves for their defense. This is basically what I'm doing is I'm correlating what you're talking about with the odds. They were like the second odds on favorite to get him. And I saw they tried to offer a first and a second and it didn't do it.
That's interesting that they tried to get Max Crosby. I wouldn't have seen that as a fit. I don't care about the injury. If I was the Packers, I'd do that move a bajillion times over as well to get Micah Parsons. No-brainer move.
Yeah. So good move for the Ravens. I think it's crazy to argue that it's not. And good move for the Magic too, getting Desmond Bane. Not that we were talking about.
Also, somebody brought it up, so I'll bring that up too. Joe Burrow can't be excited, man. There's just no way Joe Burrow is excited to keep showing up for the Cincinnati Bengals and playing football against these pass rushers 6 times a year. There's just no way Joe Burrow's excited for the season.
Did you see Joe Burrow has a picture going viral?
Yeah, I sure did. I believe he was on a date at the casino with Jessica Alba.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if it was officially a date or not. Maybe they just met up there, happened to bump into each other or something. Did you notice there was a detail about that picture that I love? Do you know what it was?
No. He had a wrist brace on?
No, he didn't have a wrist brace on. That would make a whole lot more sense him having one than me having one. By the way, work bag.
Got the wrist brace in there? Oh, but you're not wearing it now.
No. Well, I'm not using a mouse.
Yeah.
Or typing. So, Chad, does anybody know what I'm going to say? He Panhandle Better when you guys talk sports. Very funny. Monday's the recap. You guys know that. I know Panhandle Better is being silly, but in case there's anybody in here who's the first time watching, welcome to the board review. We do talk sports occasionally. Monday's about recapping. Yes, CW, the drink. Nobody noticed?
You had a Guinness?
No, you fucking loser. They were both drinking tea, bro.
Oh, they were both drinking tea. Wow.
Bro, Joe Burrow is down there with Jessica Alba, and you think like, oh, I'm going to get her expensive champagne. I'm going to get this. I'm going to be all flashy. Hell no.
I bet you could definitely impress Jessica Alba with an expensive bottle of champagne.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
might be richer than him.
No, that's not the point. That's not the point. It's just like, hey, no, just get a fucking cup of chamomile tea. We're going to be winding down. Maybe it's sleepy time. Maybe it's nighty night. Who knows?
So you could say confidently 100% that in that photo, they are drinking tea.
You need to pay attention.
Yeah. I'm just making
sure. You see that photo and you just keep fucking scrolling?
I definitely have never once thought I should check on what Jessica Alba and Joe Burrow are drinking.
That's crazy. You don't care what they're drinking? I'm curious what their drinking choice is. They're two fucking celebrities. And Joe Burrow probably is one of those guys that doesn't really drink too much unless it is
probably.
He's a wine guy. But yeah, man, they're just sipping on tea down there. I absolutely love that. But anyways, if Burrow wanted to go Andrew Luck, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't. It'd be sad, but like I wouldn't blame him. Sorry, that's the better way to say it. I wouldn't blame him.
I wouldn't blame him either. That sounds awful. Though.
People keep saying, "Isn't Jessica Alba married?" Not anymore. No, I'm just kidding. Jessica Alba was down there with a friend too, so maybe Burrow.
Yeah.
But he broke up with his.
Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. You guys are trying to act like this is not a thing, but this kind of seems like a thing.
We got to stop this celebrity worship culture, man. Who the fuck cares what he was drinking? Sock Station. This isn't celebrity worship, bro. That's not celebrity worship.
This is tea worship. This is tea worship. Sorry if you're confused. We care about the tea. We don't care about Joe Burrow.
Yeah, exactly, dude. We're not worshiping anything. We're talking about tea because we're tea. I'm a tea drinker. Steak's kind of a tea drinker. So, anyways, yeah. Maybe they're just really good friends. Yeah, fuck Joe Burrow. He drinks lean. He's a bad role model. Bro, it's Joe Burrow, Jessica Alba. It's not worship culture. Yeah, exactly. Come on. I think she's
okay. So now you want to hear about my API experience?
I do. Please. I have 15 minutes because I do have a hard stop. So
perfect.
You went to Bay Hill yesterday. How was it?
Lovely. Really good weather. It's just starting to get a little bit hot in Florida, but not too hot. Obviously, Colin Morikawa is Colin Morikawa. So I didn't get by the time I was ready to go start finding Colin Morikawa and track him, he started absolutely blowing it. Everyone kind of started to blow it. Like I'd say for pretty much 80% of the day, everyone thought Daniel Berger was running away with the tournament. I actually did some crazy shit on the back nine. Like I've never seen anything like that. And also Berger choked it, which I feel like happens in golf so often these days. I feel like Shane Lowry literally did the same exact thing. He choked it. It was a very, very good time. What I was so surprised to hear about is that transfusion is a famous golf drink.
Yeah.
Never knew that, dude. Holy shit. They were delicious. One of the best things to drink in the sun. It was crazy.
I have a little feedback on your transfusion.
Yeah, go ahead.
Chat, tell me if you guys, if you haven't seen Stakes Picks, go ahead and pull it up. When you're on the golf course, and to be clear, I've been golfing almost my whole life, like even since I was a kid. I'm not very good. I can't tell you I don't play 18 holes. I play 9 and I'm out. Even just recently, about 5 years ago, I just learned about the transfusion. So I was late to the party as well.
Okay.
It's vodka, ginger ale, and grape juice.
Yeah.
Your drink looked very grape juicy.
Yeah.
And when you get it from like a cart girl or at like just a regular clubhouse, it's like vodka, ginger ale, and like a splash of the grape juice. So it's almost like purple and gold, but it's very like a faint purple, if that's the right word.
Yeah. So I had too much grape juice.
Yeah, not your fault. By the way, your necklace is stuck in your beard, by the way. I've never seen that before. Go ahead and get that out. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, kind of cool, dude. I think I should just leave it till I'll let just what happens naturally, you know?
Yep. Someone's
all right, go ahead. Keep talking.
This Nook is reserved. Thank you very much. Anyways, I just pulled up and they were like looking at me like I shouldn't be here. Oh, they're looking for one that's empty. Not this one.
Good fucking luck.
That's the lean steak added. Very funny. Degen only playing 9 is the most Degen shit I've ever heard. Thank you. Transfusion is a newer age drink. Old fucks just drink beers. Yeah. So
I have a take about that too.
Okay, so hold on. When you drank your drink, it didn't taste like a Epcot around the world drink.
No, it didn't, but it tastes pretty grape juicy, but it was fucking delicious, man. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's a good drink. And I'm not shitting on it. I'm not shitting on it at all. I just thought from the color, I was wondering if at a golf tournament, if it was like one of those like pre-made things. Where
it was not, but I will tell you what it was. So obviously, I own bars. And so we get these tickets to the API every year from Kettle One. So it's the Kettle One tent at the API, and it's a Kettle One drink, but it's a real cocktail. Like they don't just pour it out of a jar. It comes with kettle, but they did probably put too much grape juice in there.
That's okay. I was at least hopeful. You know, they have these drinks that are also made in like bottles and cans, and then they just pour it in and stuff. So I was wondering if it was a pre-made, and I was like, you still need to have a right one that's made. But you had one made for the proper ingredients from scratch, so that's good. Also, and I know I gave you some shit, which was pretty funny because you had 2 drink pictures and 1 golf video at Bay Hill. Your espresso martini.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest espresso martini guy, but I just got to say, I respect that they did a proper garnish with not 1, not 2, but 3 espresso beans. Was that like a VIP thing?
That was the kettle tent.
That was a kettle tent too. Okay. Great job by them doing that.
Yeah. Honestly, there was good drinks everywhere. I also drank quite a few spiked Arnold Palmers. Delicious.
Oh, I love it.
Go down too easy.
Now, the Arnold Palmers have been like if I go golfing or something, it's like, hey, you need a golf drink. I usually would do like whiskey Coke or something or vodka Sprite. But if I need something, the Arnold Palmer is my favorite. My buddy, who's a sicko, Deepar, he's a Mai Tai guy. Like showed up with a cooler of Mai Tai. I thought that was hilarious. And yes, I know nobody knows this. IMG said, you own bars. Steak is not an unemployed scammer. He just likes being an idiot. 3 beans is good luck. Interesting. Yeah. Also 3 olives. As you get a martini, it's got to have 3 olives in it. So Steak, go ahead. How else was your, did you stay till the end?
Yeah, I stayed till the end. It was really fun. I was very drunk by the end. I'm going to be completely honest with you, but here's my take because Nerfy Chad just brought up. People are going to hate this.
Okay.
Beer is not refreshing for me when I'm outside. I do not enjoy beer when I'm outside. I don't enjoy it in the sun. I don't enjoy it when I'm walking around. Makes you bloated. It's just there's nothing about. I must just not like my body just must reject beer because I do not feel the way other people feel about it. Like people saying they love to go sit in the sun and drink beer just feels crazy to me. You get a beer, it's really cold when they hand it to you. 10 minutes into your fucking walk, it's fucking piss warm.
Yep. It's
just, I feel like beer in the sun is the most overrated thing ever. I can't do it.
Honestly, I'm a beer guy. I agree. Chad agrees with you for the most part. That is a really good take. I actually really like this take. I have some things I'd like to add on. What you just said about the beer getting hot drives me insane. You know what these places and these events think they're doing you a favor when they give you like a 16-ounce tall boy?
Yes,
it's
dude.
like, hey, you don't have to go back to the bar as much. We'll give you 4 extra ounces of beer. It's like, no, dude. When I drink a third of the way through, the other 2/3 going to be piss warm, and it's disgusting. Also, this is just me personally. I realized that I don't like to have the beer while I'm on the go. So at golf tournaments, you're usually walking around. I like to have a beer if I'm like sitting somewhere. You go to a baseball game, for example.
Yes.
I'm getting a cup. I got to have a cup too. I don't love the aluminum. Even the Mick Ultra is not the best. I like a pour cup. When we went to the Jags game, I asked. I was like, can I get a cup? They're like, no, you have to buy a soda. I'm like, fuck. I'm going to pay fucking $8.
That's so annoying. And one thing I love about MSG, they'll always give you a big old cup of ice.
The beer to me, refreshing. It's not about the can. It's not about the bottle. It's about when it's in the cup and you drink it and that foam hits your fucking lip. That has to happen too. But I need to be sitting down. So I'm kind of in your take. Not my favorite, like on the go at a golf tournament, drink to drink. And, the way your body processes it, I also wonder if that's just getting old. But I went to dinner for a friend's birthday when was the UFC fight? Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And I told myself, I was like, I'm going to start. Usually what I do is like I start with a beer and then I have a cocktail. And I sat down and I was just like, you know what? Like the beer is going to make me bloated. I didn't know we were going to have food. We were having food. And I got a rhubarb margarita. I don't even know what the fuck rhubarb is, by the way, but let me tell you right now, that shit was good. But I'm kind of with you.
Never had rhubarb pie.
No, I never had that either. But I'm kind of with you. I still like a beer, but I like one. If it's not Guinness or something, I like one like hoppy beer, but it's like sitting down doing nothing.
You just reminded me to ask you about something before you leave because we're running out of time. Did you watch the Cody Garbrandt fight if you were watching UFC? And if you're wondering what fight that is, it's the one where he got kicked in the nuts so hard that he was throwing up. And then they started fighting again. And then the same guy kneed him in the nuts and he lost 2 points, 2-point deductions, and he lost the fight because of it.
Sadly, I only watched the is it Oliveira?
Oh, yeah, Charles Max Holloway fight.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that fight sucked. A lot of rolling around. I saw like the last round and a half. Everybody was tired. But no, I didn't see that. That's pretty wild. Was it an intentional kick to the nuts every time?
I don't think you can call it intentional, but holy shit, it was a rough watch. Like it was just a rough watch.
So this card was not good, apparently.
Not really. You saw the weird thing with Drew Dober, Michael Johnson, where the line moved so crazy. It was like, I don't know if Michael Johnson was like went from -2 something to +150. And then this weird tweet came out that said something along the lines of Michael Johnson would be throwing the fight in the second round. And then Michael Johnson dominated the first round. He was like -370 at the end of the first round. I bet him, by the way. And then he got knocked out in the second round. Didn't even look like he was protecting himself.
Yeah. People keep telling me like, oh, you got to get into UFC. Got to get into UFC. I hate to be that guy. Like, I'm a conspiracy dude. I really don't trust anyone or anything, honestly, at the end of the day. Like, money makes the world go round. Sports are a massive business. I think that there's been fixing and rigging even way before anything was legalized. I actually am very pro legalization because now it's easier to catch, in my opinion, but that's not what we're going to have this discussion about.
Yeah.
Boxing really turned me off when you could tell like weird shit was happening. And I feel like that's becoming a little bit more commonplace with UFC. I could be wrong, but remember that one fight was just totally scratched because there was like weird betting going on.
Betting activity. No. What you're saying is just factual.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But the UFC might be the sketchiest.
That's what I'm getting at. For me, from like as we talk about sports betting and everything like that, it's hard for me to get into it because you just know like the most fuck shit imaginable will probably happen in the UFC. Now, with that said, I have watched UFC and I have enjoyed it. Like I there's really good fights that I will have gone out of my way to watch. I mean, I love like the McGregor era. That was awesome. Anderson Silva and everything like that. In its current state, this is the least interested I've been in UFC. And I don't know if that's a horrible take, whatever, but I don't know what it would. I don't know that I'll ever be a UFC better.
So it's funny you bring that up, and we'll just. There's no reason to change the subject now. You got 3 minutes left. They announced the UFC White House card during this fight. Did you see anything about that?
My buddy who I was there with told me something about it, and I forget. So repeat.
So basically, this has been the most hyped UFC thing I've ever heard of. Like, they're going to have this fight at the White House. It's going to be the best fights you can imagine. Now, let me just be clear. If this was a normal card, it would absolutely rock. But for how much hype was put around this specific card, it's just awful. Like, you could argue that none of these fights will be competitive. I think I saw like the initial odds, and like almost every favorite is like -500, -700. And like, it's just there's a chance that none of these fights will be competitive. Like I said, normal card, it would be awesome. I'm still going to watch it, but I think Dana White has lost his juice, man. I don't think
that's what I was going to.
Dana White don't have the juice anymore.
He doesn't have the juice anymore, which is too bad because I felt like Dana White has done a pretty good job and is good at what he does. I know he's a pretty, high profile figure that people have some opinions on, but I think like I'd want him on my team and in my corner. The White House card, like having a UFC fight at the White House does nothing for me as like a fan. And it kind of sounds stupid. Not to get like political or anything, because I don't necessarily think we have to. I'll just leave it at that. I don't know that it like adds any. Oh my God. Like a basketball game on a warship. You remember that? Like that was cool.
Yeah, I think this is cool. If you want me to be honest, I kind of disagree with you.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Like if someone was like, dude, the UFC has a fight at the White House, I'm just like, okay. But the guy I met at the LIU game, the David Ford Tracker guy, I think it was him. He was like, yo, one of my, my friends or something from high school is fighting tonight. He's minus 900. And my first thought was, why are they even having this fight? Who even does that happen often? Why?
I don't know. That's tough to say, man, because now you're getting into like this thing where like, why do 26-point underdogs play basketball games then?
Well, I think it's a little bit different because it's like it's an event that you can choose who fights who, and haven't they already fought to get to where they are?
They fought to where they are, but I kind of get what you're saying, but like sports have underdogs. That's kind of one of the best things about sports. Is why people love March. Like underdogs are a thing.
I know. You're right. Underdogs are a thing. I guess March is always just a bad example because it's like there's 64 teams. A card, I don't know how many fights has like 5. Are there 5 fights?
5 fights on the main card, but a UFC fight's probably more like 12 fights.
Okay. All right. So
maybe lots of big favorites very often.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's interesting. I just think if you're gonna like pick who fights who, if that's how it works, it's interesting that there's more than like a minus 300 favorite.
Yeah, it won't always work out the way you want, but that's like in a perfect world, sure, everyone who fights will be even.
Right. All right, Steak. Well, I got to go. Chat, before I head off, is there anything else that we needed to touch on? Steak's going to go over the board. How is the board today, by the way?
It's disgusting. Chat, get active. I'm serious. Get active. I want you guys going nuts in this chat because I'm going to need some help going through this board. All despite right. What fucking Boston Sports Talk said. Can you set me up? I'm going to where it's just my face up here
right now for you, sexy Steak. Also, Deo, by the way, if you guys saw it, I don't know why I have 2 fingers here, 1 finger to point. JMO City Bike's back in a big way. It's fucking 60 degrees in New York. It's beautiful. City Bike today. I'm about to hop on right now and head up to my next appointment. You guys have a great day. Thanks for hanging out as always. Fins up tomorrow for those people who have asked. Yes, we'll be boots on ground. Apparently John Fanta might come and Ryan Hammer might come. I guess Ryan Hammer, I'm not super familiar with him, but I guess he's got a massive college basketball podcast and the Fins Up guys were on it. So that's very cool. Love the vibes. And again, if you missed the beginning of the stream, thank you to the soldiers who showed up with the war against Barstool. It is officially over. We have settled and come to an agreement, but you guys were awesome. Steak, have a great rest of the stream. I'll hit you up later. We'll get a Steak special redemption. All right.
Goodbye. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's lock in, chat. Let's lock in. Real quick, though, I will resub. Degen resub. Sean Beasy resub. 37 months. Jovan resub. 33 months. Matt Gauthier resub. 38 months. W, everybody. Now let's lock the fuck in. Let's lock the fuck in right now. The first game I look at is Alcorn State and Alabama State. Do we want to talk about Alcorn State, Alabama State? We're just going to go over every game, right? Just going to go over every game. It is what it is. Grosser the better. Who am I taking, the field or Florida to win the SEC? As a Florida fan, I kind of want to tell you to take the field. I would also say that if you were asking me the Big Ten, Michigan or the field, but Florida needs it more because they're floating on that final 1 seed with UConn. And I kind of think Michigan doesn't, like the outcome of the Big Ten really doesn't matter for Michigan. So give me Florida against the field in the SEC, but give me the field against Michigan in the Big Ten. That's what you asked, but that's what I answered. Okay, Alcorn State plus 6.5. It looks like a conference tournament game that's not on a neutral. If I'm wrong about that, someone in the chat tell me. It looks like a conference tournament game that Alabama State is at home. They are 5-4 at home, 10-21 overall. They're 6.5-point favorites. Just off first glance, they look like big favorites, Alabama State. Let's see if they've played already. Alcorn had to have. They did. They beat them by 15 on January 12th, minus 9.5. The total for that game, by the way, was 151.5. And the total for this game is 142.5. I know we've touched on totals being weird in the conference tournament, but that's a big drop when you consider the fact that this game went under by 4 points. Okay. Anybody in the chat like anything? If not, I would say Alcorn State or nothing would be my play. A lot of respect. Not at home. Thank you. Even crazier than that Alabama State is favored by this much. It's a huge number on a neutral. Doesn't make any sense to me. And to be clear, I keep mixing up Alcorn State and Alabama State. I like Alabama State by double digits in this one. University of New Orleans. This is 100% on a neutral, playing Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. I think University of New Orleans is one of the schools in the gambling scandal earlier this year. They are +2 on a neutral against Texas A&M. They are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, actually, playing really good against the spread. Let's see what they did the last time these two teams played. Texas A&M played at the University of New Orleans on February 9th. They were 1.5-point favorites. They lost by 6 in overtime. Damn. Okay. I think I want to go New Orleans here. T-bone steak. There we go. That's what I like to see. New Orleans kind of speaking to me. But man, they've been covering spreads. They already won in this tournament as 4.5-point favorites. They won by 13. I'm trying to see if they played twice this year against Texas A&M. They did. At Texas A&M, they were 4.5-point dogs. They lost by 14 earlier in the year. Come on, Jonesy. I need all the help I can get. Okay, give me New Orleans. Give me New Orleans in this one. Let's peep a total real quick before we move on. 143. Last time they played, what was our total? 147.5. Not that big of a difference in this one. I'll leave that total alone. 9-point difference, though, in the Alcorn State, Alabama State game. There's a 9-point difference last time they played. Just worth monitoring. Campbell and Monmouth. Where's Monmouth? New Jersey? Okay, Monmouth, 2-point favorites. They're 18-14, 10-4 at home. Campbell is 16-17, 3-13 on the road. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, I was going to say dissolve in the flesh. Doesn't really matter. But 3-13 on the road does not make me want to bet a team on a neutral, and also doesn't explain to me why they're only 2-point dogs in this game. But let's look at what both teams have been doing and what they did in their past matchups. Monmouth beat Drexel to get here by 8. They were 4.5-point favorites. Monmouth has won 4 games in a row. Let's see. Monmouth played Campbell. Monmouth played at Campbell, 4.5-point dogs, and they won by 15. You guys, wait. You guys are going to sit here and tell me it's not Campbell? Campbell just beat the favorite for the tourney? Campbell. That makes me want to bet Campbell even more. Yep, Campbell just beat UNC Wilmington, 7.5-point dogs. Beat them outright by 15. They've already won 2 tournament games. Am I crazy for wanting to ride the hot Campbell? Also, what's Campbell's name? Is it the Campbell Camels? I want to ride Campbell. So far, that and New Orleans are definitely my favorite plays of the day so far. Give me Campbell, and let's move on with our lives. Oh, no, wait. I got to do the total check. 152. Last time they played, the total was, where are we at? 148.5. Don't see that every day. Last time these two teams played, it was 148.5. It soared over. Now you got a conference tournament game with a higher total, which as we've been going through these nasty games, I have not seen that much. So the over is speaking to me a little bit here too, but these teams are definitely scoring. Also, both teams playing really good against the spread in their last 10. This is honestly a pretty good game. Georgia Southern, Troy, moving on. Riding Campbell. I think everyone's with me on that. Georgia Southern plus 6.5. 21-15, 6-8 on the road. This one is on a neutral. Troy is 21-11, 10-3 at home. Just immediate first glance, Troy looks like massive favorites in this one. They won a game in this tournament as 5.5-point favorites against Southern Miss. As 5.5-point favorites, they won by 8. They've won 3 games in a row and 4 out of 5. Troy has. Let's look the last time they played Georgia Southern. Last time they played Georgia Southern, they were 4.5-point favorites. They covered by 5. That was at Georgia Southern. That looks like, if I'm not mistaken, the only time they played this year, that total was 159.5. The total is now 150.5. So in Troy, Georgia Southern, the total is 9 points lower than their previous meeting. But in Campbell, Monmouth, the total is 4 points higher than their previous meeting. Chat saying Georgia Southern. I might have to go against you there. This might be where I'd want to go with the favorite. But how hot is Georgia Southern? Just, yeah. Look at this. Holy shit. Neutral, 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 neutral. Holy shit. Holy shit. Georgia Southern's won 6 games in a row. How could they only be 6.5-point dogs? I mean, how could they be 6.5-point dogs here? What am I missing? I might need an explanation from the chat why Georgia Southern could be 6-point dogs. They won as 6.5-point dogs outright against Arkansas State. They won outright against South Alabama as 4.5-point dogs. They won against Coastal Carolina as 1.5-point dogs. And then they just won as 3.5-point dogs against Marshall. Now they're giving 6.5 to Troy. Nah, straight locks. He was here for an hour. He's gone. I might have to go against my better judgment and fade a hot team. I might have to do it. Kind of want to take Troy. I might be doing it. Moving on, though. Okay, North Kentucky, Wright State on a neutral. North Kentucky is actually 7-8 on the road, 20-13 overall. Wright State 21-11, 11-5 at home. Wright State is 1.5-point favorites in this one. Wright State hasn't played. Oh yeah, they played Cleveland. They won as 14.5-point favorites. They won by 29. They've won their last 3 and 4 out of 5. Let's see if they've played each other. I'm sure they have. North Kentucky. Wright State beat North Kentucky at home on January 21st as 1.5-point favorites by 8. And then let's see if they played twice. Don't see a second game here. I just see one between these two teams. Nope, I lied. They just played at North Kentucky. 3.5-point dogs. They won by 1 outright. The total in the last game was 153.5. The total in this one, where did I go? Is 156. Another conference total game with a higher total. Interesting. So the North Kentucky game, 156.5. That total speaks to me a little bit. I don't really like a side. I think I like over 156. Anybody like a side before I move on? Why is Wright State a dog? I'm showing them as a favorite, KP. Did they go dog to fave or fave to dog? Northern Colorado. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there, money habits. Just got to wait your turn. All right, next game. Furman, ETSU. Wright State beat them twice. Yeah, I know. No, I don't know. I don't know if I want to pick a side in this game. Everyone's saying Wright State. Okay, I'm moving on. A little bit, though, I guess I should say it. A little bit to me, Wright State feels like a duping. I'll say that. I like the over, though. Anyways, Furman 21-12, 7-5 on the road. ETSU 13-4 at home, 23-10 overall. This game is on a neutral. The total's 138. ETSU is -1. Yeah, I'm all business right now, straight locks. I got nothing else to do. I also have a corp too, so I'm just getting right through it. All right, ETSU won in these playoffs as 2.5-point favorites. They won and didn't cover. As 14.5-point favorites against Citadel, they won and didn't cover. So they're winning non-impressively. ETSU is. Before that, they lost their final 2 regular season games. They did beat Furman at Furman, though, on February 18th by 9 points. They were 1.5-point dogs. Let's see if they played twice. They did not play twice. Just one game between these two teams. ETSU won at Furman. The total was 140.5 in this game. The total for today's game is 138. Degen was here, Sandy. He was here for an hour. He's very court. Selling New York City apartments. Dawes says ETSU. Damn, dude, these little short favorites are getting me. So 6.5-point favorites against University of North Carolina, Greensboro. Furman won and didn't cover. 1.5-point dogs against Samford. They won and did cover by 5. This is not a game I like. This is not a game I like. Now the fucking tickle monster's back. Fun fact, I was at the Furman-Virginia game where Furman upset Virginia with that game-winning shot. It was in Orlando. All right, you here with me, Money Habits? I'm getting to your game. Let's talk about it. Unco, University of North Colorado, 3.5-point favorites, 20-11 overall, 8-7 on the road. 3.5-point favorites against Montana, who's 16-15. 11-6 at home. None of that shit matters. University of Northern Colorado is 9-1 in their last 10 and 7-3 against the spread. Montana 4-6 in their last 10, 4-6 against the spread. Probably not what you're going to want to hear. Is this a short line to anyone? And I know it doesn't really work in these mid-major games trying to call short lines. This line feels fucking short. Unco is, well, I'm never going to stop saying Unco, by the way. Unco is scorching hot. On a neutral, 3.5. Let's see what happened when they just played. Just played. You guys are shitting me, right? They just played in fucking Northern Colorado, won by 28 points. How do I not take Montana here? How the fuck do I not take Montana here? Seriously. There's just no way. I'm sorry. Might not be the right bet. Might be a stupid bet. I might be trying too hard to be contrarian. How do I not take Montana? Plus 3.5. I don't know. I have to take Montana. I'm probably going to take them outright too. Sorry, guys. Ignore me, though. But let's do a little total check on that game before. Total in the last game they played was 155.5. It went under. This one is 152.5. Nothing weird about that, to be completely honest. Sorry, Jonesy, but to be fair, I have not been very good, and you've been piping hot, so that probably is a good thing for you, if we're being honest. Completely ignore me. Me talking about mid-major, trying to be sharp with them, never works out for me. Just want to be clear. All right, Towson, 3-10 on the road, 19-14 overall. Jesus, awful road team. 22-10, Hofstra, 10-2 at home, is -4. Let's see what they've been doing lately. Money Williams is a fucking awesome name. If my last name was Williams, I'd name my son Money too. All right. Hofstra's already played in this tournament. They won by 31 against William and Mary as 1.5-point favorites. They have won. Oh, wow. Hofstra is rolling. Hofstra's won 5 games in a row. Let's see. They played Towson on February 7th, beat them by 22 points. Getting off the Towson train here, I think. Okay. Another one that looks extremely sharp, to be honest. Like, shouldn't Towson? Well, Towson beat College of Charleston outright by 25 points as 3.5-point dogs. And they did not cover against Hampton, but they won. So they've won 2 tournament games so far. Towson has also won 5 games in a row. So maybe not as contrarian looking at all. You're on Hofstra here. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to get cute with Towson. I am going to get cute with Montana, but I'm not getting cute with Towson. If anything, I'd probably be with you on Hofstra. You don't know, Crutch, so you don't like him here? Line moving against me on Hofstra. What was the opener, T-Bone? That would be interesting information. 130.5. Let's see what the total was last time they played. 130.5. Hofstra, Towson, 138.5. God, this is a low total. This is a low total. But Towson gets very low totals. Towson had a 132.5 in that game against Hampton and a 138.5 in that game against College of Charleston. So they get low totals. Kind of want to go under here. Kind of want to go under in this game. This game might be one of those ones that struggles to sniff the hundreds. 57, 50, something like that. 4.5 each way. Yeah, that's fine then. All right, moving on with my life. Nicholls State, Texas. What? Texas Rio Grande Valley. UTRGV. UTRGV is 7.5-point favorites. They're 18-13, 10-5 at home. Nicholls State, 14-18, 7-12 on the road. UTRGV been hooping in their last 10, 8-2 against the spread. Covering machines. Let's see how many games they've won in a row. They have won 4 out of 5 games. Last time they played at Nicholls State, 3.5-point favorites. They won by 20. They are, wow, this is actually nuts. UTRGV, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 out of 14 games they've won. They've covered a lot of them too.
They're a hot team. 7.5-point favorites. They're getting respect too. Maybe they deserve it. Last game these two teams played, the total was 148.5. The total today is 144. That does not stick out to me. You guys can decide. I'm not betting this game. If you want to ride the hot UTRGV, feel free. I wouldn't blame you, but I'm not doing it. All right. Okay, we got a 1-13. No, I'm sorry. A 1-18 road team coming up next. Mississippi Valley State playing on a neutral. They are 1-18 on the road, 3-29 overall playing Grambling, who is 13-18, 7-5 at home. What like 13 points? Is that enough? 13 points enough? Let's see if they've covered any game. Oh, Mississippi Valley State covering monsters as of late. As of T-Bone Steak, they covered 4 out of 5 games. They respect coin. They've covered 4 out of 5 games. Now they're 13-point dogs against Grambling. They just lost at Grambling by 21 as 16.5-point dogs. That is the bottom of the barrel, Panhandle. Grambling can't do shit. Hard pass. I won't bet it. I won't bet it. Gonzaga, finally. Gonzaga -19 against 17-15. Oregon State, who's 4-7 on the road. Playing good against the spread, both teams actually. 8-2 in their last 10 for Gonzaga. 7-3 in their last 10 for Oregon State. Have these two teams played? I feel like the answer is yes. Yes, they did. Gonzaga was 19.5-point favorites at Oregon State on February 7th. They won by 20. The total in that game was 148.5. That is the only time they've played this year. And they're -19 on a neutral. So they were -19.5 at Oregon State, and they're -19 on the neutral. Is that strange? Yeah, I know, Nikki Gambles. I don't want to get that gross. If I was having like the best month ever, I might bet Mississippi Valley State today. It's got to be TC, right? Feels like it has to be. Feels like for no reason Oregon State's going to cover the spread. Gonzaga is going to win by 10. Maybe it's a little too close for comfort. Yeah, there we go. Maybe we're on the same page finally, Jonesy. Gonzaga hasn't played in 8 days. When's the last time Oregon State played? Yesterday. Squeaked out a win against San Francisco. That's a good win. 3.5-point dogs. San Francisco ain't what they used to be. All right, Bob Morris. Bob Morris on a neutral against Detroit Mercy. Bob Morris is 22-10, 14-3 at home. I would like to see Bob Morris get to the tournament, I'll be honest. Detroit Mercy is 7-9 on the road, 16-14 overall. However, Detroit Mercy also respects coin. 8-2 against the spread in their last 10, 19-9 on the year against the spread. And then you got Bob Morris, 9-1 overall and 9-1 against the spread in their last 10. These two teams have been covering the shit out of spreads. T-Bone Steak, Jonesy likes Mercy, Bird Dog likes Mercy. What's up, Bobby Love? How we doing? Jeff likes Mercy. Wow, I haven't seen it. That's a lot of more Mercy love than I expected. Mercy, nope. Wow, these teams are. Bob Morris is absolutely hooping. They did play on February 25th at Bob Morris. They were 7.5-point favorites. They won by 11. The game total was 150.5. It went under. Today's game total, 147.5. That doesn't speak to me. Chat likes Detroit Mercy. I'm not going to talk you off it at all. Totally fine with that. I'll take the points. Okay, wow. This is just the grossest slate ever. I can't believe I'm reviewing it by myself. Weber State. What was the dude's name who went to Weber State? That was like one of the best players in college basketball. Harold Arsenio. Anybody remember that guy? It's like a crazy player from Weber State. He averaged like 30 points a game. Weber State +3, 5-10 on the road, 18-19 overall with Dame as well. Yeah, but there's another guy, Harold something, and he was like crazy. Eastern Washington, 13-18 overall, 8-4 at home. I mean, just right off the bat, I'm telling you guys, stop saying Dame. I know it's Dame. There's another guy that went to Weber State. You can Google him right now. He was fucking crazy, like the best player in college basketball. Eastern Washington is -3. A 13-18 team is -3 against a 16-15 team. Let's look what they've been doing. They just They haven't played in 7 days, and their last game was a loss to Iowa. Before that, one, two, three. Wow. Holy shit. Eastern Washington. 1, 2, 8 wins in a row before that Idaho win. So them being favored actually makes perfect sense. Let's see what Weber State's been doing. Yeah, 8-2 against the spread. Eastern Washington, 9-1 overall in their last 10. So maybe you could even make an argument this line's a little short. This line a little short. Maybe it's a duping the other way around. It's 3 out of 4 for Weber State actually not playing the worst basketball either. Let's see when they played last. Where is it? Is it possible these teams haven't played each other? Can't be possible, right? According to this, they have not played each other. Yeah, I don't see a matchup. Weird. Yeah, thank you, Panhandle Better. Thank you. Thank you. I knew. I started thinking I was taking crazy pills. Thank you. Whoever knew what I was talking about, thank you. It's hard to be up here by yourself sounding crazy, talking about a guy no one's heard of. All right, last game of the slate, and then I'll do the NBA, and then I'm getting out of here. I'm making the NBA quick. Santa Clara +4. This is a fucking sick game against St. Mary's College. This is on a neutral. St. Mary's College is 27-4, 17-0 at home, 9-1 against the spread in their last 10. Santa Clara 8-2 against the spread in their last 10. 4 points. Tell me why I shouldn't take Santa Clara. Give me one good fucking reason not to take Santa Clara when St. Mary's last game was 10 days ago and it was a win against Gonzaga. Seriously. I need someone in the chat, and don't just say don't do it. Somebody say one good actual reason why I shouldn't take Santa Clara in this spot when you consider the fact that St. Mary's has won 8 or 9 games in a row. Their last game was a win against Gonzaga, which is a huge fucking win. It was 10 days ago. And before that, they beat Santa Clara by 19. TC's clicking Santa Clara. I've heard enough. I have heard enough. Santa Clara. I'm taking it. I'm not changing my mind. Nothing. That's in. All right, let's get to the NBA real quick. Let me get to the NBA. I think there's 5 games, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, Cavs -13 against the Sixers. Let's see if we can figure out these injury reports real quick so I don't say anything stupid. All right, it looks like Embiid is out. Obviously, Paul George is out. Tyrese Maxey is out. Edgecombe is questionable. So you are looking at the potential starting lineup for the Sixers to be VJ Edgecombe, Quentin Grimes, Kelly Oubre, Barlow, and Bona. Meanwhile, it looks like the only injury news there is for the Cavs is Allen being questionable. 13 is not enough. 13 is not enough, but the NBA has just been so brutal with the dogs. But 13 points is not enough when the Sixers are literally playing nobody, and VJ Edgecombe might even not play. Not enough. I'm telling you right now, chat, that's not enough points. All right, let's move on. The Nets versus the Grizzlies, dude. The Nets play the Grizzlies. What a game. What a game. Here's the thing, though. The Grizzlies kind of respect coin. The Nets do not respect coin. The Nets make you homeless under a bridge. You have to have uncomfortable questions with your wife that you don't want to have because of the Brooklyn Nets. The Grizzlies do not. What's up? What's up, Ethan? How we doing? The Grizzlies do not do that. The Grizzlies 7-3 against the spread in their last 10. The Nets 2-8 against the spread in their last 10. 1-9 overall. Very, very bad basketball team. This is such a disgusting game. I don't even need to. Yeah, you know what? I will tell you the lineups because it's fun. You want to know who's the fucking starting lineups are going to be for these two teams? Here you go. Nolan Traore, Terrence Mann, Danny Wolf, Noah Clowney, Nick Claxton. And the injury report for the Grizzlies is a CVS receipt. I mean, every name you can think of is on this. But the starting lineup, Jovan Small, Rupert, Jalen Wells, G.G. Jackson, and Prosper. Hilarious lineup. Somehow, even with that lineup, the Nets are still the nasty play. If you want to get nasty, I'm not allowed to bet Nets games, so I'm really just doing this for you guys. You're welcome. Let's move on to a game that actually matters. Denver Nuggets +6 against the OKC Thunder. Let's pull up these lineups. All right. Jamal Murray questionable. Chet Holmgren questionable. Alex Caruso, questionable. Hartenstein still out. Williams still out. I think everybody knew that. Aaron Gordon is playing. You got pretty much, if you get Jamal Murray in this game, you got pretty much the healthiest. Is that, who's saying SGA points? Who is that? Better not be you. I think it is. If you get Jamal Murray back, this is about as healthy as the Nuggets get. They have been banged up this year. It'd be awesome to watch this game if Jamal Murray and Chet Holmgren play. I actually love fading the Thunder, but I'm not sure if this is the spot to do it. Thunder 8-2 in their last 10, but 4-6 against the spread. They've been kind of winning, but not covering a lot. And the Nuggets are just super mediocre in their last 10. And the Nuggets are mediocre against the spread overall this year. I'm probably going to pass on this one. And then you got Golden State and the Jazz. These games, dude. These games. SGA's breaking Wilt's record, I'm sure. Warriors -7 at the Jazz. These are going to be just disgusting when I go look at who's playing for these teams. For the Warriors to be 7-point favorites on the road. Warriors 4-6 against the spread in their last 10. Jazz are as well. We know what the Jazz are doing. They're the most tanking team we've seen. Wow. Someone might need to help me out here. Why would a team with the starting lineup of Pods, Pat Spencer, Melton, Santos, and Draymond Green be 7-point favorites on the road against a team with George, Cody Williams, Ace Bailey, and Filipowski? Like, don't those teams sound super similar? To think that team would be 7-point favorites? They don't deserve exactly, KP. That's what I'm saying. 7 on the road is a really fat spread for the Warriors against anyone in the NBA. I kind of think it's insane. Everybody's out for the Warriors. Every single soul is out for the Warriors. Damn, sucks, but I like the favorites in the NBA a lot. All right, last game, Clippers, Knicks. Dare I say it? The Knicks got fucking their ass beat. Hovey, if you're here, make it known so I can tell you what you want to hear. Knicks got their ass beat by the Lakers, but they did have an insane win against the Nuggets by 40 before that. And they are playing good basketball. They won 4 out of 5 games before that. The only loss was a 3-point loss to OKC. Can't be that mad about it. Dare I say, I'm with old Snowman Sports here. This is an obvious bounce back. Obvious bounce back spot for the Knicks at LA. Now they're going to stay in LA. Surely they pick up a win against the Clippers, right? Just lost the Lakers, but sure they're going to get a win against the Clippers. Clippers playing good basketball, won 4 out of 5, but they're not playing anybody. Wins against the Pelicans, the Warriors, the Pacers, a loss to the Spurs where they covered, and then a win against the Grizzlies where they did not cover. I suck at betting against the Knicks. However, I'm doing it today. I will take the Clippers. So I'll give you a quick NBA recap. I'm not going to recap the CBB. You're on your own there. I can't go through that again, but I love Santa Clara. I'll say that. Clippers, Warriors, Sixers. Clippers, Warriors, Sixers. Those would be my 3 NBA plays. And that's all I got for you, Chad. I gave you a hard 30 minutes, the best I could. And now I'm going to go be Corp as well. W, Jeff Sunday Army. Everybody who showed up for Jeff Sunday, huge W's. We will not forget that. See you guys.